Where we start again tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jonathan Martin.
And I'm Angelina Salcido. This afternoon, Bourbon Street reopened for the first time since the deadly New Year's attack that the FBI says killed at least 14 people. And we want to take a live look from the area via EarthCam. We've seen people walking up and down the street for the last couple of hours, but nowhere near as much traffic as usual. Tonight, we're learning more about the investigation and the man investigators say drove that truck into a busy crowd.
Our Ron Jones is joining us live from the newsroom tonight. Ron, the FBI yesterday said that other people might have been involved in this attack, but what are they saying today?
Well, there's a lot of speculation out there, right? But the FBI now says a 42-year-old U.S. Army veteran actually acted alone, and they said that he was, quote, 100% inspired by the Islamic State group, better known as ISIS. Louisiana's governor and the FBI says that Shamsuddin Jabbar traveled from his home in Texas to Louisiana on New Year's Eve. And before the attack, he reportedly posted videos online showing support for ISIS. Authorities say Jabbar initially planned to attack his own family and friends, but later changed his plans. The investigation is still ongoing, with authorities looking into hundreds of tips as they search for more answers.
At this point, investigators believe Jabbar picked up the rented F-150 in Houston, Texas on December 30th. He then drove from Houston to New Orleans on the evening of the 31st, and he posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS.
As you know, this is an ongoing investigation as we speak, and tonight the FBI says that they have now reviewed surveillance footage showing people standing near an improvised explosive device, better known as an IED. Jabbar allegedly hid in a cooler on Bourbon Street. However, officials say those people had nothing to do with that incident at all. As for why Jabbar allegedly targeted Bourbon Street, well, the FBI is still looking into that.
A lot more for us to learn. Ron, thank you. Tonight, we are learning more about those killed in the attack. This video showing the victims who range in age from 18 to 37 years old, among them an aspiring nurse, a former football player, a single mother, and father of two, just to name a few. We're also hearing for the first time from the family of a UGA student critically hurt in this attack. Elle Isley is getting care tonight at the University Medical Center in New Orleans. Her and another victim, Steele Idelson, attended high school together in Fort Myers. Their families releasing a joint statement that says in part, "We extend our heartfelt gratitude to the first responders whose swift actions may have saved our daughters' lives. To everyone who has reached out with love and support, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts."
Turning now to a live look at the Superdome in New Orleans, where today's Sugar Bowl started with a moment of silence for all of the victims. The stadium reportedly about 80% full of Georgia and Notre Dame fans. The matchup was postponed, you might remember, until today following the attack there in New Orleans. And tonight, some Georgia fans who didn't stick around for the game and others who were in New Orleans during the tragedy made their way back here to Atlanta. Let's go right now live to 11 Alive's Molly Oak from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Molly, what have you been hearing from some of these travelers making their way back?
Well, Jonathan, we've been here at the airport as two different flights from New Orleans landed in Atlanta. I talked with one woman who was in tears as she spoke to me. She is a Georgia fan, originally from New Orleans, and she just talked about how much her heart hurts for her city and all of those involved. Now, she was just one of a handful of fans that we spoke to at the airport today. One man telling me there weren't many Georgia fans on his flight, but others saying they wish they could have stayed for the game after it got pushed back to today, but needed to get back for work or other obligations. One couple also told me they were right across the streets from where that deadly attacks happened. All of them, though, saying that their hearts just completely hurt for all of their people involved in these, and that's a very sad and scary situation. Guys.
Molly, thank you so much. As this story develops, we'll be sure to bring you some updates. Streaming now on 11 Live Plus, you can actually see the full news conference that authorities gave this afternoon. The app is free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV.